quarterback, he's going to make that throw, so it was a great job. It was a great play call.
And that's when you see head coach Kellen Moore getting up to the podium here talking about this one.
The theme of that game, we had our chances. I thought our guys battled. I thought our guys put ourselves in a really good position in the middle of the game to come back and get ourselves back in it. A couple scores, one at the end of the half, one to start the third quarter, but then we just couldn't keep it going. And so credit to those guys. They played better than us. They coached better than us. We got to find the formula that works.
What do you think they did so effectively on defense in the first half against you?
Yeah, really. We did a really poor job on first down, and then they took advantage of it. And so they were in some. They attacked us on second and third down. They put us in really challenging situations, and we got to play cleaner in first and second down football to put ourselves in more manageable third downs. We had too many second and longs, too many third and longs. Where they're able to play with the pressure game and play with all the disguise that they can do.
On first look, how would you say Spencer played today on first viewing?
Yeah, obviously at the end of the day, we missed some opportunities. Spence had some really, really good plays in there. There were some really good plays. There just wasn't enough, and there was too many turnovers. Obviously, that's the formula that these guys have created. They've done a phenomenal job now, going on 4 games in a row of winning these games, creating turnovers. And we had 4 turnovers. We got to protect the football at a much higher level, and so something we have done in the past, and we just didn't get it done today.
Did you ever think about going to top of in this game at all?
I did not.
Did you notice any common threads with some of the pressure they were able to get in that first half? It seemed like there was blitzes or.
Yeah, the edge blitzes got to us. I think from a protection standpoint, we got to be cleaner. It includes everyone. It's got to include the backs, include the O-line, everyone being tied together, everyone executing at a really high level. I got to do a better job of putting ourselves in better situations because we were just in too many challenging situations to start the game.
The long interception, did you catch what happened on that play? Was there miscommunication?
On which one?
The long one, Spencer was rolling out and kind of overthrew Shaheed.
Yeah, it was just a scramble drill. He got off schedule, scrambled. She took the deep potential. We got to see the safety, and the safety came over, and Byard made a great play on the ball.
Anything you could see in what happened? Guys gave up a lot of rushing yards between the tackles. Any commonality to what you could see happen?
Yeah, I'll have to take a look, to be honest. I thought those guys, they ran the ball really well. They credit to those guys. They did an excellent job. Probably a lot of it's, creating creases, cutting out the backside and giving yourself opportunities to get a vertical cut, and now you're on to the safeties. And so, I think a lot of it's going to be a lot of lessons to learn for coming out of this game.
Any updates on McCoy or Kendra Miller?
Yeah, both those guys, there's some concern there. There's concern for both those guys. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, the test will confirm it tomorrow. Obviously, both those guys came out and were not able to come back, and so, we'll hope for the best, but might be a concern for us moving forward.
Is there anything more you can say about McCoy specifically? Is the fear a tear?
Yeah, potential. We just got to see what his bicep elbow looks like, and so him and then Kendra just with the knee, we'll have to see. So.
What did you think of Chris Olave?
I thought Chris played some really big-time football today. He was just, I thought he was a highlight. He made some big-time plays downfield. He played in some contested catch situations. I was really proud of the way he played.
What does it say about him that he's able to bounce back after the last weekend?
Yeah, I simply think he played really good football today. And, he maybe had a couple drops last week, but he responded really well. I thought his focus, his attention to detail was really good today.
How much of an effect do you think Dennis Allen, knowing the personnel so well, had on this game and how the defense played?
Yeah, I mean, there's always potential. I thought Dennis called a great game. He got us in some really challenging situations, attacked us with some pressure. They did a great job playing with vision on the football and allowed their players to make plays and create turnovers. And so, credit to those guys. They found a formula that's worked really well for a number of weeks now, and they're playing some really good football.
Did he do anything that surprised you?
I think they're always playing with the different pressure combinations. They always do a good job week in and week out. There's going to be little flavors and little adjustments, and he did a really good job.
Can you get into that 3rd and 20 play call, kind of the pass that ended up getting overturned?
Yeah.
Were you surprised by the ruling there? I mean, I guess it's a replay, so you don't really have anything to say about it? Or?
Yeah. Obviously, they felt like they saw an angle that the ball ended up going forward slightly, and so unfortunate. It's 3rd and 20. We're in a challenging situation. We haven't been able to handle those from a deep shot perspective, and so we felt like try and create it with a little bit of a deceptive play. It was close. Felt like our guys executed really well, and obviously, New York felt compelled. They saw the angle, and so the ball was a little further than where the ball was thrown, and so it became a illegal forward pass.
Is it frustrating as a play caller, when you have something like that works and now it's on film and then it ultimately doesn't?
Yeah, I mean, it's close. We have our opportunities. Obviously, that's a challenging circumstance to go into, and so it's a challenge to convert those either way. Felt like it was a big opportunity for us, and the call obviously didn't go our way, and so I understand. I'm sure they had a really good angle of it, and so they felt good about it. Which they had good communication all day about everything.
Turnovers like this haven't been a problem this season. Does that make it more frustrating? Or is there anything about the turnovers with the conditions or anything that played a role?
Yeah, we just had, it was a domino effect. We created 4 turnovers. It's not the formula you want on offense, and these guys have done a phenomenal job of attacking the football, and I think their guys are playing opportunistic. We got to protect it at a higher level. I got to put our guys in better situations to protect it. Design things a little bit better from that standpoint so we can avoid some of those situations. And so, again, that's their formula, and they're playing really good football because of it.
Got a few weeks now where you kind of have to come up here and talk about 1st and 2nd downs, slow starts on offense. Just kind of what goes into those continued issues, and how do you go about kind of making the adjustments to get that right?
Yeah, I think we just got to execute at a higher level. I got to find stuff that guys can execute faster, more decisive early in games, and we got to find a way. Just because it's happened in a couple occasions, it's been pass game and run game. I felt like our guys, once we got the ball moving, towards the end of the 2nd quarter, I felt like we were playing really good football. We scored right before half. That was a big time drive. The 2nd half, to start the game with the drive like that was excellent. And then, we just had a couple turnovers as the game progressed, and we had our opportunities. We were right there. Defense kind of held in there, gave us some ops to go get some scores and put this game right where it needed to be, and so we just weren't able to capitalize.
The final short run yard situation, did not having McCoy play a factor there in the play call?
No, it did not. It didn't work out, obviously. I got to look at it. I'll look at the film, obviously. There's a couple things you can do there. There's a couple plays within the play, and so I got to do a better job getting us converted there.
Are y'all catching?
Thank you, Kellen.
Thanks, guys.
He's finished. I'm going to give it a sec here. Kill his audio. Pull in the L3.